Welcome to Marvel Rewind, a Marvel Champions Retrospective Series. In this series, I will be tasked with defeating every villain in order, progressing from the core set to the latest release. The catch? I'm only allowed to use cards released up until that point. After defeating the villain, they each will be ranked in terms of their difficulty, determined by the cards available at the time. Thematic matchups, crazy boost effects, and sinister encounter cards await. Tune in every Tuesday for new episodes of Marvel Rewind. What's going on, guys? It's Char here, back with another episode of Marvel Rewind, a Marvel Champions Retrospective Series. Now, in today's episode, we are moving on to the third villain of the Sinister Motives box. We are taking on the Master of Illusions himself, Mysterio, with none other than SPDR, Peni Parker, Spider Suit, whatever you want to call her. Let's get down on the table and see how it goes. Okay, so here we are down at the table now. As you saw from the intro, we are on the third villain of the box, Mysterio versus none other than SPDR, Peni Parker, the SPDR suit, Spider Suit, whatever you want to call her. And okay, let's talk about Mysterio, and then let's talk through his setup. So we're doing Mysterio 2 and 3 because we're playing on Expert as always, and he comes with the Mysterio set, Personal Nightmare, and then his one modular set is Whispers of Paranoia, along with the standard and expert sets. We have Whispers of Paranoia here. We also have Personal Nightmare as well. And then the Mysterio set. Then we have our Obligation here along with the standard and expert sets. Go ahead and shuffle these all up. So Mysterio is pretty interesting. He has a one reveal to shuffle the top card of the encounter deck into each player's deck. And that is essentially his entire gimmick. He has an ability on here called Creeping Fear. It's a force response. After you resolve a boost card during Mysterio's activation, you place that card at the bottom of your deck if it has the illusion trait. So Mysterio's whole deal is that he wants to shuffle in these illusion cards specifically, or some other random cards, because sometimes they don't have to be illusion cards. They get shuffled into your deck, and you have to draw them. So it interacts with his main scheme. So when you draw an encounter card into your hand, instead of actually, keeping it in your hand and being able to do anything, it gets dealt to you, and then you draw another card to replace it. So that's pretty cool. I think there's more text to that card, but I need to actually read it to make sure. There is the setup to put the shifting apparition minion into play, engaged with each player. So I think the when reveal does activate now. This is a timing that I'm not going to be sure on. But yeah, so we have here Force Interrupt. When you would draw or discard an encounter card from your deck, you can deal it to yourself as a face down encounter card and draw one card. Well, it's not you can, it is a forced interrupt here. So I think this one reveal does happen right now. So we're going to shuffle in the top card of the encounter deck into our deck, and then we're going to play and do our setup. SPDR is a character that I don't have a ton of games on. This is probably my third or fourth total. I feel like a lot of the spiders have been saying that about, so as you guys know from the first one, I'm not super fond on the spiders. That being said, I am having fun revisiting a couple of them, specifically Spider-Woman last week was a lot of fun, so hopefully we can keep that up, keep it going today, and have a good time. Alright, so we have that shuffled up here. And then we'll go ahead and cut. So let's go ahead and put the scheme here. But as usual, we will cut to our winning attempt. This might take a couple, so I'll just change what random card gets shuffled in and see you there. Okay, so here we are with Peni Parker. Now, she is a super weird hero in this game. She has a 4 printed hand size on her alter ego and a 3 on her hero form. But the whole reason around that is because she has a lot of these interface upgrades that she can actually exhaust and generate resources. So it's kind of like a hidden she has like limited cards or amount of cards she can see or draw because of how fast she can build out and continually build out by tapping all these interfaces as resources. We chose aggression today because I thought it would be pretty fun, and Mysterio has infamously low hit points. He's the only villain in the game, I think, where his stage 2 to stage 3 actually loses health. He goes from 17 health per player to 16, which I think is a really interesting design decision. And so we have that top card shuffled in, so we got 4 cards to draw here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So a couple of fun ones here. We have the symbiote suit that I put in here for a little bit of fun. I don't think we'll be keeping that card though. But I do think we'll keep these 3 because I do like them. We'll discard this, drop one more card. into Machine Man. Okay, I don't mind that. And cool. So that's going to be us, and that's going to be us starting. So Peni Parker, all these force responses and things can definitely be a bit weird here. Essentially, whenever you flip this, it has a force interrupt that tells you to flip this over, and this is actually your hero card. But both of these cards consist of your identity. This is your alter ego, and this is your hero. So any card that affects your identity will affect, obviously, the side that you're on. So she has a setup ability to put the spider suit into play on the inactive side, which is right here. And then we have a maintenance ability. It's an alter ego action. We can choose to exhaust this suit to draw 2 cards. Now, I'd love to build here, so we're going to go ahead and exhaust our suit and draw 2 cards. Exactly like it said. So I think this is going to be a pretty simple turn here. I think we'll probably spend the Venom for limitless stamina just so we can ready up. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So we'll start off with a power in all of us here. Go ahead and play down Machine Man. Now, we want to play down Machine Man specifically and not give him any resources. Just have him defeat the Shifting Apparition, because he has a when defeated. If he was defeated with excess damage, we shuffle the top card of the encounter deck into our deck. We don't want that at all, so we'll go ahead and do that. Make sure, can we afford to stay down here? Exhaust an interface upgrade and generate that upgrades resources when you flip to the side. So we do have an actual extra resource when we flip up here. I don't know if that means we should flip up. I guess we'll probably have to end up flipping down next turn anyways. We could get Venom in here. Actually, we can get Venom in here as a 2/2 ally and save Hulk, it looks like, as long as we exhaust our interface. And then we can thwart 2 off the main. That might be good. 2/2 ally with good stats. Yeah, I think I'm cool with that. Let's do that. So I will flip up here. So I think this flips first, and it has a force interrupt when you flip to the side. Flip spider suit to its active side, attach it to spider suit. So it's basically attached right now. We have our sync ratio resource here. We can exhaust an interface upgrade we control and generate that upgrades resource. Let's go ahead and exhaust our pilot, because that is an interface upgrade. Let's spend these 3 resources here and get down Venom. Venom is her signature ally, and she has a force response that says she gets +1 thwart attack for each sim counter on her. And it says Venom after Venom enters play, +1 sim counter on her for each resource generated by the sync ratio ability. There was only 1 resource generated, so she has +1 to her stats. Let's go ahead and Venom thwart for 2 here. So go ahead and take a consequential damage. And I think, do we keep Hulk in our hand, or do we search for more cards to play? I think we'll actually discard Hulk here as much as I wanted to save him, and we'll just ready up. So you have a printed 3 hand size here. So 1, 2, and 3. So we got Ironheart, Rapid Deployment, Limitless Stamina. Okay, so gonna go up by 1. Mysterio's gonna go ahead and swing on us here. We'll take this damage. So that's 1, 2. If an ally is defeated by this attack, take indirect damage equals to the cost. So we're going to take 3 damage here. So this says the illusion trait. It gets placed on the bottom of our deck. Attach your identity. You can already allies or persona supports. Okay. Now we have 1 encounter card to deal with. Advance. He's going to go ahead and scheme against us for base of 2. Boost, reveal this card. So it's going to go up by 2. Choose to either take 1 damage or place 1 threat on the main scheme. 1 reveal, and then shuffle Deja Vu into any player's deck. Let's take a damage here. Let's go down to 10. And we have to shuffle this into our deck. That's pretty nasty. So we have already 3 cards in our deck right now. So he's definitely not looking great for the heroes here. But let's see what we can do. All right. What can we do here? All right, got all that shuffled up, and that's back to us. So we're probably gonna end up flipping down here because we need to keep building is the name of the game. This can thwart for 6, but we don't need that right now. So we'll probably exhaust our spider suit and spend 1 resource here to play down Ironheart. When she enters play, we can go ahead and draw a card. Cross the Spider-Verse. We don't need that right now. Then let's go ahead and flip down here. So we're going to flip down, and that's going to flip us here. Let's use our alter ego action to exhaust our suit to draw 2 cards. We drew into... Damn, we're getting a lot of allies here, but this really isn't what I want to see. I guess we'll just I don't even know what's worth playing. I mean, yeah, this stuff just really isn't worth playing. I think we'll probably just end up keeping the double in our hand and then playing auto to thwart for 1 and then maybe swing for 2 next turn. Oh no, we can't even play him because we don't have the Web Warrior tree right now. Wow, this is really unlucky. I feel like we had like pretty good time here. We had a pretty decent time here, I think, where um we have like time to build, but we can't take advantage of it because we haven't just drawn into a single thing of Ironheart Thwart for 1. I guess we'll just leave Machine Man up and we'll discard 3 cards. This just feels so bad. Okay, yeah, and then we'll just ready up here. Draw up 3. 1, 2, and 3. On toe to toe, the Web of Life and Destiny. I mean, these are good cards. Nick Fury can get us into something here. We can use Ironheart's activation. He's gonna go up by 1 here. He's gonna go ahead and scheme against us for a base of 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 6. Got an encounter card. To Masterful Mirage. Is that an illusion? It is. It goes to the bottom of our deck. When you would deal any amount of damage to Mysterio, discard the top 2 cards of your deck instead. Discard the top 4 cards of your deck instead. Discard this card. Okay, so we probably want to get rid of that right now just so we can discard these cards here and get some extra draws. So we're going to go have an Ironheart swing for 1 onto Mysterio. It's going to go ahead and knock her out, and that's going to... Oh, sorry, he doesn't actually take the damage. He's going to discard the top 4 cards of my deck. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, I wasn't technically supposed to look at it, but... So we're going to get dealt the Shifting Apparition. You discard the top 4 cards. So as a forced interrupt, what it says is, when you would draw or discard an encounter card from your deck, deal it to yourself as a face-down encounter card and draw 1 card. So when we would have discarded this, we draw 1 card instead. So we're drawing into this. We can't ready allies. Discard an ally or persona support, discard this card. So then we have to draw another card here into toe to toe. Okay. So we have something that's coming in with 1 kind of attack here. We need to do some thwarting. So what I think we're going to start with, we're going to spend 4 resources here. Go ahead and play down Nick Fury. He's going to draw us 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. Then I think we're going to go ahead and choose to exhaust our Spider Suit using our maintenance action to draw 2 cards. So we found Psychic Link, which is actually pretty solid here. Yeah, I just need to think for a sec. How do I want to play this out? I think we want to get this. Is this a Web Warrior? It's not. Do we need the Web of Life and Destiny right now? Is there something better we could do? If we get down the Web of Life and Destiny, we could... Probably won't be playing Web Trap because we have Nick Fury. Yeah, we can ready up and then throw it for 4. That's not bad. Yeah, I actually don't mind that. Okay, so I think we will do that. So we'll... Do I recover here? I guess so because I don't need the extra resource. So we'll recover for 4. Then we'll go ahead and flip up. That's going to go and flip us here. We'll spend these 2 resources here. Let's get down our Psychic Link. This is our first upgrade we were able to play. When the Spider Suit makes a basic thwart, you can exhaust this. It'll get +2 for that thwart. That'll be pretty cool. Then we'll spend 1 here for limitless stamina since we have 14 printed hit points. I love this card. I'm so glad we have access to it in Rewind. We can go ahead and ready our identity. Let's go ahead and thwart here for 4 off of the main, dropping this down to 2. Then what do we want to do? I think we want to maybe start tacking on some damage here. Let's have Nick Fury thwart for 2 just to clear off the main. We'll have a consequential. I think we'll leave, yeah, Spider up here. So let's have Machine. No, we want... Let's just leave it up for a chump, or... We know we can't ready allies or anything, and then we have the Shifting Apparition coming. let's just leave it like this. Now we have Nick Fury for a block. We could just KO Venom. Doesn't make sense. Let's just leave Venom up. We're in no... We can take the little hit here. It doesn't really matter. We'll unexhaust and draw up 3 cards here. Got an all systems go. We've got our web fluid compressors, so this is not bad at all. Okay, so I'm gonna go up by 1. Mysterio's gonna go ahead and swing on us. We'll block with Nick. That's just 2 damage. Nick is defeated here. 3 encounter cards. So, oh wait, that was an illusion card. Cool. We have Shifting Apparition. It's gonna come in. We have the Delusion of Collusion. Attach your identity. You can already allies or persona supports. And then as an alter ego action, discard an ally or persona card you control and destroy this card. And then we have Deja Vu. Choose to take a damage. We'll take the damage and it gets shuffled into our deck. When revealed, choose to either. Yeah, we're just stuck with these Deja Vus, man. Just gonna be constantly. We have 2 of them in our deck right now, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It's so hard to shuffle because like you can know the back, and I know the rulebook says it doesn't really matter, so that's fine. It's back to us now. Okay, so we're gonna start off. Machine Man's gonna go ahead and knock out the Shifting Apparition here, and he didn't take excess, so we're all good with that. We definitely want to use our resources if possible. So I guess we'll exhaust both of these to get down our web fluid compressors. It's gonna come in ready. And then do I flip down? I could search. All systems go could find me what I need. But I can't actually get any more card draw. So it doesn't seem like that would make a ton of sense here. All systems go. For each interface upgrade, we could just swing for 4. Keeping all systems in hand and just flip down. I mean, 4 damage isn't nothing here. So let's try it. Let's go ahead, exhaust, and swing for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we even keep it is the question. I think we just all systems and swing again. Yeah, let's spend it. There's no point to keep it. We're ready. Oh no, we can't actually swing again. Yeah, let's just tutor a card then. Let's spend an all systems go to find it. Search your deck and discard pile for an interface upgrade. So host spider we definitely want. Then we'll just flip down and take care of that. It's so hard. Alright, one last cut. I just have to not look at it. I think we'll keep this in our hand. And I'll flip down here. And then I'm going to use this alter ego action, discard an ally. Let's discard Machine Man, and we'll get rid of this. That'll go in the discard pile. And I think that's it. We'll just ready up and draw up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is going to attach to Mysterio, or sorry, when we would draw that, we just draw a different card instead. Doing a Ghost Spider. Okay. This isn't bad. How many different resource types? We could just play Peter here and then also a Host Spider. That's probably our best bet. I might not even exhaust this turn, just go for output. Let's go up to 2. Base of 2, 3, 4, up to 6. Counter card. First one. Set one resource of any type and shuffle the top 2 cards of the encounter deck into your deck to discard this card. Next one, Assault, which will surge into Surge. Discard your hand. Oh my gosh, that's so bad. Dude, that was such a good hand. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know Deja Vu is coming. Drawing this. We know Deja Vu is coming. Drawing this. And it's going to surge again into Deepest Fears. Discard top cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of cards in your hand. When identity card is discarded, this way you place 1/3 on the main scheme. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're placing 1 threat on the main. That's going to be up to 7. Okay, did he actually resolve an illusion card? I don't think so, right? Yeah, it was an exhaustion. He's only activated once. So then these two here are just both deja vus. Choose to either take 1 damage, place 1 threat on the main. We're just going to take 2 damage here and shuffle them both back into our deck. This is kind of annoying. I thought this would be going a bit better, and I think it would have started going better if I didn't have to discard my hand. Now this stuff is not good. Okay, that's back to us. Yeah, we have to thwart for sure here. I think I'm just gonna keep taking Mysterio's attacks. I mean, this is rough for sure. Oh man. Yeah, this is definitely something. What do we do? I think we have to. I don't actually know. Man, this is really rough. We have like good interfaces going. I just am not super familiar with the hero to really know what we should do. I think we do have to exhaust the suit here to draw 2 cards. We're gonna get dealt this to draw another. Okay, we did find an all systems, which isn't terrible. And then the card, what is it? It's just another deja vu, right? Yeah. Spider Command. Exhaust Spider Command and an interface upgrade to draw a card. I think we have to do this just so that we can get the other Deepest Fear, shuffle up our deck, get an encounter card, and then get rid of Humongous Hallucination. And that doesn't sound good when you say it all out like that, but it's probably what we have to do. Can we even afford to do it? This one, then we have to exhaust this. Draw a card. Then we need to play in all systems. I think we should have just enough to do what I'm trying to do. So let's try it. So we're gonna spend 1 resource to get down Spider Command. We're gonna flip up. We're gonna exhaust the Spider Command, and this one to draw a card is gonna get dealt to us. We're gonna get a face down encounter card, and then we have to shuffle up here. We just need the ready. Okay, then we're gonna spend an all systems go here. Gonna dump ejection protocol just so we can find our host spider. This is really the best one for sure. Find that. Just gonna have to hope we can live here. We're gonna thwart for 4, it looks like. We're gonna spend 2 resources here plus the web fluid for our sync ratio to get down our host spider. Then we're gonna exhaust our host spider to ready us up. Then we're gonna go ahead and use our psychic link and thwart for 4 off the main. 1, 2, 3, 4, down to 3. That's the best we've got in my opinion. So we're just gonna ready up. And drop here 1, 2, and 3. Okay, this stun is really gonna help us out, I think, and maybe we can start clawing this game back. So we go up to 4. Mysterio's gonna go ahead and swing on us for a base of 5. We just have to block this. Take that ally's indirect damage as that ally's printed cost. Oh, we might be dead here. So he's and also this goes on the bottom of our deck. Yeah, we might die here. It looks like. So since an ally was defeated, we take 4 indirect here. 1, 2, 3, 4 down to 7. And we have, what, 4 encounter cards to deal with? So we know these 2 are just going to deal damage to us, so we'll take the 2. Actually, I think We have to put threat. We're at 7 health. Yeah, let's put it up to 6. I don't think we can take that damage, just in case he gets an activation. We'll do the next one while we're shuffling up. Full Doppelganger gets plus X scheme and plus X attack for X the number of identity specific cards in my hand. And then analysis paralysis. Search the encounter deck and discard pile and set aside area for your nemesis side scheme. Place X additional threat here where X is equal to that threat on that side scheme. So we have to search for our side scheme here. Let me go ahead and find that. Okay, it's gonna come in with 4. Wow, this is really bad, and this one's gonna come in with 5. I think this is over. Wow, what can we realistically do? We can try. That's what we can do. Let's do. Man, we have to thwart this off. I don't think that's a choice. So I guess we'll be exhausting this, and then just to get rid of giant monster attack, because we have to spend a lightning bolt resource to thwart that. That'll deal with that. Then we have to do we can probably exhaust this. Dude, I'd love to spend toe-to-toe on the doppelganger, but I think we just have to ignore it for now. This and this to play down a web trap. We're gonna deal 5 damage to an enemy if we generated this with a sync suit ratio, which we did. We're gonna stun that enemy, so we're gonna stun Mysterio here. I think what we have to do is we're gonna discard a card here to ready an interface upgrade. Let's ready up Psychic Link. Let's ready up. And let's have Psychic Link thwart for 4 off of the main. Down to 2. And I think that's the best we can do. We're going to ready up. Got 3 cards here. 1, 2, 3. Hulk, Machine Man. Okay. So he's going to go up to 3. He's going to try and attack us. He can't. He's stunned. And then this gets plus X for every identity card in our hand. We don't have any, so we're just going to take 1 damage. Counter card here. Attach your identity. You can resolve the triggered ability in your hero's text box. You discard 1 identity specific card at random. Can I resolve triggered ability in your hero's printed text box? So I guess I can draw off the alter ego sync ratio. That's what it kind of sounds like to me. Wow, that's terrible. Okay, so I can't use these to generate anything, so I need to have like a big thwart or something this turn. So what I want to do, I think, is let's swing for 4 here onto the doppelganger. So we'll do 4 damage here. It's ready off Host Spider, and I guess we'll thwart for 4 off of the main to drop it to 0. If we didn't use anything on our hero text box, we can't generate a resource. But we can exhaust to do this though, and discard a card from our hand. Probably Machine Man. Yeah, and we can ready up an interface upgrade. So let's have it ready us again. Let's swing for 2 on the doppelganger just to knock it out. I mean, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip down here. I'm just going to recover up to 10. And then I'll spend 2 resources to play down Hulk. And that's going to be it for me. He's going to scheme for 1 extra here. And then we have an encounter card to deal with. Just deja vu. Draw an extra one. Okay. Let's go up by 1. He's going to scheme for a base of 2, and it's going to add on. Choose either spend 2 mental resources or deal this as a face down encounter card. Surge, drop to your hand size. This is a decent hand for sure, but it actually doesn't have anything I need for that. So, but I don't want to surge. That's just getting an extra encounter card. So I will spend these 2. So this is going to go up to 4. He attacks this really hard there, but we're going to get another encounter card. First one, Deja Vu. We're going to take a damage here. Down to 9. Second one, Old Grudge. Attach minion. Search encounter deck. Discard ball for your nemesis minion. Reveal it and attach Old Grudge to it. Okay, this is going to come in with 7. After engage hero generates any number of resources, deal an equal amount of damage to that hero. So he has 7 health. That's back to us. Okay. I think do we expend to draw here? I don't think we can. I think we have to just bank on Hulk here first. Let's have him swing for 3. Oh my gosh, that's so good. What is that? 2 more damage. So 3 for 5. We're dealing 5 damage here. That's so good for us. Hulk is clutching right now. That is exactly what we need. He's going to take a damage. No, we have to expend a draw because we still can't generate any resources, right? So let's expend our suit using our maintenance action to draw 2 cards. I'm just going to have to discard this as an alter ego action. At random from your hand, I didn't have any choices there, really. So, okay, so now we can generate resources again. So this is where we can maybe bring the game back into our favor. Do we recover? Yeah, we do. We need all the help we can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back up to 13. We're going to flip up. We're going to play down Ironheart here, I think. Draw. Limitless Stamina is really good with this hand. So let's go ahead and ready up with Host Spider. Let's go ahead and swing for 2 and knock out Morbius here. So these are both gone. Oh, I didn't check if there was an illusion on the one that he schemed. That is not an illusion card. Okay, so that's not in our deck. Okay, so I have my 1 ready done. If I discard a card from my hand, I can ready up Host Spider here. And then maybe do this twice with a Limitless. That would be decent. Yeah. Let's do SPDR command and discard Spider-Man here to ready up our interface. This one. Let's go ahead and Host Spider to ready up. Then I think we're going to thwart for 4 using our Psychic Link just to clear off the main. Then we're going to use our Web Fluid Compressor to generate a resource for sync ratio for Limitless Stamina. Let's go ahead and thwart for 2. Actually, no. We'll leave the 4 there. We'll clear 4 off of here. Have Ironheart thwart for 1. It's completely clearing this. And then we will thwart for 2 off the main, bringing it down to 2. I think that's a better play. Ironheart will have a consequential. Okay. That is that. I think we have gotten into the groove here. So let's hope we can draw into cards that are actually good for us on these 3 right here. All Systems Go. Symbiote 2, I don't know about, but All Systems Go is pretty good here. It's going to go up to 3. Mysterio's going to go ahead and attack us for a base of 5. Let's have Ironheart block this. 6 damage. It's going to defeat Ironheart. Then we have 1 encounter card. Inherited Burden. You may flip to Alter Ego. Yeah, let's do that. And we will go ahead and exhaust Peni Parker here and remove it from the game. This is actually pretty good for us because we can draw off of exhausting our suit, which I really like here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. That's back to us. We're going to exhaust our suit to draw 2 cards. 2 All Systems Go and a Web Trap. I think this is a really good hand here. I probably want to set up, I mean, is there an angle that we like symbiote suit here and just go for broke in the next 2 turns. How much health does he have? I mean, I could see it. I don't actually mind doing it. We just take attacks to the face, swing with Hulk. Do we swing with a Hulk though? This is really risky here. I think we do. I think this is the best hand we could hope for to start pushing for the game. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. What does he get here? Discard the top 5 cards of each player's deck. That can be pretty bad for sure. That can definitely be bad. Let's swing for Hulk and see what happens. 3 into the villain. Oh my gosh, 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think we have to go for it now, right? Like, Hulk is basically telling us to go for it. He hit 2 fist resources. Just 3 health left on Mysterio. I think we just have to. So let's go for it. Let's go ahead and flip up. We're gonna do... Man, how do we spend this? We want to get this down, so that's 1, 2. So that's 1, 2, 3. I don't know if it's super good to do just yet, sadly. I would love to. I just don't know if it works out. We can play the symbiote suit. It's just, do we have the damage to knock him out the next turn? I still think the answer is no. But we can play a big all systems go, I think. So let me see. How can we make this work? If we do a host spider first, let's ready up. And let's swing on him for 4. Okay, let's just start simple. Swing on him for 4. It's gonna drop him down to 0. What's gonna happen here? He's gonna go into stage 3. He's gonna have 16 health. And it says each player discards the top 5 cards of their deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So when this would be discard, it attaches here instead, and we draw a card. So we actually have an extra resource to spend here, which might fix the math a little bit. Let's do an all systems. So we're gonna choose and ready each interface upgrade you control. So this is gonna ready, this will ready, this will ready, and this will ready. So we want to make sure that we're still spending our hand. Oh wait, each interface upgrade, right? Yeah, that's an interface. That's an interface. That's an interface. Interface. Cool. Just making sure I've got that correct. We do have a ready here. So if we spend exhaust 1, 2, 3, this has a 4th resource? No. We have to leave 1 up. Because do we need to leave 1 up? No, we don't actually have to spend for all systems. We don't actually have to use our sync ratio 4. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 for the Avengers to get to our symbiote suit. So we get plus 10 hit points here, up to 23. Each of our basic of plus 1 hand size, and each of our basic powers has plus 1. So now we are 3, 3, 3, and we have 23 health. Yeah, so I think what we're gonna do now is, do we ready? You ready here? And we stun him and then swing. It's more damage if we do. Spending all systems here, we can web trap, and yeah, okay. Let's do an all systems go. Let's ready each interface upgrade we control. Do all of that. And we are already readied once. So we're gonna swing for a base of 3, 4, 5 damage here to Mysterio. That's 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Because yeah, 3 from that, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 damage into Mysterio here. Bring him down to 11. We are going to exhaust our suit, our suit and psychic link here for a web trap. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. If you generated a resource using the sync ratio, stun that enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. down to 6 health. We're also going to stun him up, which is really good for us. Let's use a host spider to ready us up. And we go swing 3 more here. Leaving Mysterio stunned, down to 3 health. And man, we really turned this game on its head just by drawing a couple of all systems. That was crazy. We're going to ready up here. We have 4 hand size now, so we're at like She-Hulk levels. 2, 3, it's going to get dealt to us. And 4. Okay. It's looking solid. Let's see what we can do. He's going to go up to 4. He's going to try and attack us. He can't. He is stunned. Now we have 4 encounter cards to deal with here. But as long as we don't absolutely die here, attached to our identity, we cannot ready allies or persona support. To discard an ally or persona support to discard this card. Deja Vu. We're going to take a damage here down to 22 and shuffle this into our deck. Next one. Treat attached ally as a minion with a blank text box. Attached minion scheme is equal to the friend authorities, does not take it consequential. Attach to an ally you control with the lowest cost. Hulk has a manipulated mind now, but he helped us out enough. We have Masterful Mirage, and you're dealing amount of damage to Mysterio. Discard the top 4 cards of your deck instead, and discard this card. Wow. We really turned this game around in a major way. That is crazy. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to swing for 2 here, just to knock off Mysterio's Masterful Mirage. And that is going to discard the top 4 cards of our deck, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So all 4 of these are gone. This is going to get dealt to us. And then the Force Interrupt says when you would draw or discard an encounter card from your deck, deal it to yourself and draw a card. So these 4 are also discarded. We're going to shuffle up here. We're going to draw a card and also get an extra encounter card for decking out. But we do get to draw that extra card. That's the one mechanic about Mysterio I think is really fun and cool. That he does give you those extra draws even if you discard it, which I thought, you know, On Me and Uncle Ben was some good combos with that, but we never really drew into it at the correct time. So we have that. We have Hulk here who is now fighting us, but we don't even have allies anymore. So what we want to do is spend 2 resources here. Let's get down our combat training. So now we have 4 base attack. Then we want to spend, let's go ahead and ready off of Host Spider. Let's go ahead and swing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage into Mysterio. That'll bring her from 3 down to 0. But let's say yes, 3 overkill. We'll play the Power in All of Us. And then we'll play this. We'll ready Host Spider. We won't take the card draw, but that's fine. He'll swing for 2. That's 5 damage. He's going to leave play. When a Web Warrior ally leaves play, we can draw off the Web of Life and Destiny. There's the Avengers Mansion. Let's ready off Host Spider one more time. And then we'll swing 4 more into Mysterio here. Bring him down to 9. Overkill. And boom! That is Mysterio done and dusted, defeated on expert mode. That was a ton of fun. Man, the Deja Vus were kind of nasty. And it got nasty really early. We basically hit Shadow of the Past because it pulled out our side scheme. And it pulled out our Nemesis minion. But we were able to get through it. I thought we were kind of looking dire, but man, having all these resource generators down to just spend on anything you want was super good, and All Systems Go is an insane card. But let's go ahead and check out the deck list. Okay, so here I am down at the table with the deck list. Now, playing SVGR was a ton of fun. So I think the first time I ended up playing her is when I was new and getting into the game somewhat in the middle of last year. And because of that, I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really understand how the sync ratio worked. And dealing with a 4 hand size into a 3 hand size was really scary, really jarring. But this gameplay, I think everything just clicked. And man, that was so much fun. SVDR just has crazy stats. She has the 222 generic stat line with 14 health. It is so good. And because you start with the 4 hand size, but if you take an exhaust, you get 2 more cards. So you get like basically 6 hand size. As long as you get like an interface up or maybe 1 or 2 interfaces up, you're almost like you're getting ready to get set for the rest of the game. SVDR's whole thing is that she generates her resources off of her interface upgrades, and one of them readies her, one of them gives her +2 thwart, +2 attack, and +2 defense when you exhaust it. And they're all just super good, and combined with very efficient events like Web Trap that does 2 for 5 and can stun, or her thwarting event, which is even crazier in my opinion, rapid deployment, which is 2 for 6 if you generate with the sync ratio. She just really has everything she needs to survive and thrive, not to mention the Venom ally, which can come in with 5 thwart and 5 attack for 3 activations. Absolutely crazy. And to supplement it, because of her like kind of slow start, I tried to play as basic of a deck, pun intended, that I could, to just get her off the ground, keep her safe, and let her get built out to the point where we could just burst down Mysterio, as you saw at that end game. We ended the game with 22 health, courtesy of our symbiote suit. Let's go ahead and talk to the deck real quick. This is basically a basic deck plus a little bit of aspect from aggression, because I don't think she really needs help in any other thing. She has really good survivability with the speed metal alloy with 4 defense and 14 health. And also when she uses her basic activation, she can flip down and also exhaust to recover. So she almost gets like 2 activations, what's it called? A life or a turn. It's crazy. This hero is absolutely nuts. So to complement that, she also came out with, from my understanding, limitless stamina. She's the one who introduced this really great support card for 14 health heroes, and I'm so glad we have access to it in the series as of now. Play only if your identity has at least 14 printed hit points. As a hero action, ready your hero. Super good, super fun, and super great in this deck. We're also on that 1 copy of Across the Spider-Verse, max 1 per deck. Exhaust a Web Warrior card you control to play a Spider ally, Web Warrior ally from your discard pile and put it into play. And then you can spend 3 more resources to repeat this ability if you'd like. We didn't really get a chance to play this or any of the Spider tribe for that matter. It was kind of like you could have removed almost every single Spider card and put random non-tribal like basic minions or something, and the deck would have functioned exactly the same, at least in this playthrough. Obviously the Spider stuff is in there because it's good and because it can help her build out. We're on the 2 power in all of us, because if we're looking at our basic card costs here, we have a 3 cost, 3 cost, 4 cost, 4 cost, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, and 4. So there's more than enough. There's so many targets for these, and I'm not sure if we actually played. Oh no, we did with auto at the very end to give us another ready. We're on the 3 basic doubles here as well. So those cover our resources. Let's look at our supports and upgrades. So we're on the core box goats here of Helicarrier and Avengers Mansion. We also have the Web of Life and Destiny, because it can come in for free because we have the Web Warrior trait. And it's really good when any of our Web Warrior allies they play, just to give us an extra card draw. We have the symbiote suit here, which is, I thought of putting it in here for flavor, but I didn't really realistically think I was going to play it until we got to that last turn, and Hulk really popped off with 10 damage. We'll get to him in a second. Hit milling 2 fist resources, which is awesome. So we have our identity gets +1 to each of its basic powers, turning us to a 3/3/3. We get +1 hand size and +10 hit points. We only had to deal with the encounter card for 1 phase, so it wasn't too bad, and it gave us a little bit of extra damage for that overkill sauce with the 9 overkill. We're looking at our basic ally lineup here, so here we go. We have Machine Man here because sometimes Spider can have awkward turns where there's like unused sync ratio resources, so we could buff up Machine Man stats. Also is really good specifically as a tech against the scenario to KO the shifting apparitions and stop cards from going into our deck. It was really lucky that we opened the game with this. If not, our other option I think was Ironheart. Classic card, basic, extremely good. You play her, she draws you a card and puts it back into your hand. We're on Spider-Man Auto Octavius. When he enters play, you can ready an upgrade, and if it has a tech trait, draw a card. You can ready our host spider interface, so we can ready up, or any of the ones that actually have the tech trait and even get a card draw off of it. This Peter is extremely good for Spider. It's like her best friend. That being said, it's not super hard for her to play her. Early in the game it is, but later in the game, because her sync ratios are always on the board and she has access to a wild and all these different types, you can hard play him from hand, or ideally get him from across the Spider-Verse and not to deal with that. We're on Spider-Man Hobie Brown. He's just the one that deals damage when he leaves play. Ghost Spider could help us find all systems go if we ever put her into play. And then 2 other core box goats. We're on the Mockingbird here as another target for 1 damage for the shifting apparition, and he doesn't have steady or stalwart, so we can stun him. And Nick Fury, of course, which I think did get played and got us some good value. Or I think I was going to, and then he discarded it with that nasty card that surges. Okay, that is the basic part. Talking a bit fast right now. Now we're going to move on to the aggression cards, which is only 1, 2, 3, 6 cards. So we're on Hulk. This ally is just great. I actually got to activate with him twice, and he didn't blow himself up, which was awesome. Getting 10 damage out of a 2-cost card. It's absolutely insane, and he still had 3 health left for a block. Or if I wanted to keep trying my luck, he could have high rolled into, who knows, 25 damage if he kept hitting those physicals. Then we're on 3 copies of Toe to Toe. Now, this is a kind of controversial card for ruling matters, but honestly, I think it's pretty good in this deck, especially with the symbiote suit out, because 1 for 5 is extremely efficient. Also, you have those doppelgangers in the encounter deck, which I didn't remember until I actually got in and saw it, where as long as you empty your hand down and they only have 1 attack, they hit you for 1 and you can just blow them up for 5. It's really efficient on 1 for 5. Also, because Spider just has a lot of health, 14 hit points is something that's kind of underrated. Usually a balancing maneuver is having a lower hand size, but that means that she can use this card really well and not really worry about dying. Sure, Mysterio can put an illusion card into our deck, which does suck, I'm not going to lie. But that being said, we didn't get a chance to play it, but I thought we could have on that last turn when we were almost pushing for the win. Then we're looking at the last 2 cards here. We've got the hand cannon and the combat training. These are kind of 2 sides of the same coin. This one gives us +2 attack once when we attack during a phase, and this one just gives us a consistent +1. They're just both really good. This one can deal with like minions and stuff, and it's just to really have our big activation swinging, readying Host Spider, readying all our interfaces while systems go, to kind of burst down Mysterio's bit squishy. Like I said, he goes from 17 printed hit points to 16 on stage 3. So yeah, that was a ton of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And let's go ahead and see where Mysterio stacks up with the rest of the villains in Marvel Champions. See you there. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about Mysterio and where he stacks up with the rest of the villains in this game. Now, Mysterio's definitely an interesting one. So Mysterio's whole gimmick revolves around the mechanic of him shuffling encounter cards into your deck, and whenever you draw or discard them from your deck, you draw 1 card instead to replace it. Now, it's a pretty nasty effect because he does have multiple cards in his kit that like discard to your hand and then makes you draw back up, so it makes you mill through your deck faster, so you get an extra encounter card for that. Other ways that he can do it is, so like, you'll get an extra encounter card from that. Also, whenever he does a basic activation against you, if that card has the illusion trait, it actually gets put to the bottom of your deck or on stage 3, the top of your deck. Again, that was something I kind of forgot, but I don't think it mattered in today's episode. So basically his whole thing, he's messing with your deck. He wants to shuffle these cards in, and he has very specific cards like that one Peril one that I always end up getting when I play Mysterio that don't really have a way to escape your deck in any meaningful way. So that's pretty interesting for sure, because you always have to choose someone's deck to shuffle it back into. So whenever that comes around, you just keep getting dealt this card that either pings you for 1 damage or puts 1 threat on the main. Now in solo, those can be pretty punishing, especially because I had 2 of them I was cycling through, but SPD already doesn't draw a lot of cards, which is why I thought it would be a good matchup. And also in multiplayer, it's not as bad because the threat threshold on the main balloons to a point where you can probably reasonably put threat on it and not be too scared. Mysterio does have some nasty attachments, like that gigantic one we kind of just left on him and ignored the entire game. Because you have to spend a resource, he shuffles 2 cards into your deck, and then you have to get rid of that attachment. Since he doesn't really have easy ways to get overkill or any ways to get overkill or piercing at all, as long as you have a supply of allies to chump his attacks, it's not too bad. I think Mysterio is strong, and you saw that he put up a really good fight. He brought in both our Nemesis side scheme, and he also brought in our Nemesis minion, which are really bad specifically for the character I was playing on, so like mileage may vary. If you're playing Phoenix, obviously it's way harder than if you're playing someone like Wasp, for example. So he does have really strong cards. He has really nasty cards. Fool's Paradise is one of my favorite ones, because I just think it's so thematic and fun. It's not even in his actual set, it's in one of the modular set, but I think that's the name of the card. So I think it gives you like more hand size. It's like, oh, more cards are good, but then you realize the gimmick of the scenarios that he wants you to draw into those encounter cards, those illusions in your deck, so that you get dealt encounter cards and have to deal with 3, 4, or 5 encounter cards. To balance out kind of this illusion mechanic, the illusion ones are probably a bit weaker than a normal encounter card, because the game knows that you're going to be shuffling into your deck, finding them more often. And so on the whole, his encounter cards are a bit on the, I wouldn't say on the whole they're on the weaker side, but they feel very fair. His stats aren't also super high. His attack isn't super threatening. His scheme can get up there if he gets an extra scheme activation, so that's something to watch out for. But even when he has 2 main schemes, so you can kind of let one pop, and even though you get set back on his stage 2 by shuffling in cards, you're still able to manage pretty well, and threat threshold goes up a bit higher. I think Mysterio is a lot of fun, but I think he does give you a lot of tools to answer the things he does, and I feel like he is a bit too slow to start. And solo specifically is extremely susceptible to stun and confuse. If he can't activate against you, he is not getting a single card into your deck outside very specific ones from his own deck or like an encounter card activation, because he really relies on his activation to have that illusion trait so that after it's used as a boost card, it gets put into your deck. If he can't activate, he can't do that. Also, his health points are very low. It's 17 health per player, and then it goes down to 16 health per player on stage 3, which is the only villain in the game that I think gets weaker when you put him in his stage 3. And it's not even like his one revealed effect is crazy. I think it was like, what, discard the top 3 cards of your 5 cards of your deck, which is nothing. And also something that gives you a little bit of a fighting chance is whenever you discard a card, let's say your minion, or sorry, your hero has like discarding effects, you have certain cards that can discard cards instead of like drawing them out of your deck. Whenever one of his encounter cards is discarded, it doesn't just go in the discard pile, it gets dealt to you and you get a card. So there's going to be some scenarios or some heroes that have really good discard outlets that discard from the top of their deck. You're going to discard all these cards, and as soon as they get dealt to you as encounter cards, you get to draw cards. So like for example, we have like Iron Man's alter ego ability. If you find one of those encounter cards, you'll discard like one of them. So you'll get one off the alter ego ability, you discard it, it gets dealt to you, and then you draw another card. So like that ability goes from giving you 1 card in your hand to 2. And so there's multiple opportunities to actually take that tempo back and actually beat him down and maybe even lock him down with stuns and confuses. All that being said, I think he's still a ton of fun. I think he's super thematic, and I think the theming is really cool. I just don't really know if it hits the mark on, difficulty that well, and for that reason, he kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Ebony Maw type of deal, where he really needs a lot of turns to get going, but he doesn't have the health pool or really the tools to stall you in any meaningful way. Do I think he is harder? He's probably harder than Tower Defense for sure. Definitely, I don't think he's harder than Hood or Sandman, though. It really does depend. I think you can make him a lot more fun and a lot harder if you shuffle in more cards at the beginning when you fight him. But as it stands, 1 card is just not doing it. And as much as I love Mysterio, he's not the most challenging villain in the world. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Do you agree or disagree with me? What's your favorite villain out of this box? And we got 2 more to go. A bit of respite next week until we get into the huge challenge that is Venom Goblin. It is coming up ever so closely. Thanks for watching. As always, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. I will catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.